Aloha. This is going to be a short video explaining the difference between a gravity feed paint gun versus rattle cans when you're painting parts. Okay, cost is the first thing. To get a decent gravity feed gun like a DeVilbiss, you're going to need to spend between $180 and $600. But that's going to be a waste of money if you don't have an air compressor that can handle the volume. You need a compressor that can put out between 8 and 12 CFM constantly. So what I have over here is I have a 5 horsepower, 240 volt, with 120 gallon capacity. What I did, because it's 240, is I wired it into my hot water heater, and that's not a problem because I have solar water heaters. So unless they both come on at the same time, it won't snap or it won't trip the breaker. Now the main difference between the professional paint gun and rattle cans is on the paint gun you can control the spray pattern and you can control the airflow. Now I have actually three. They have different nozzles for different viscosity of paint. So I have one just for primer, and then I have this one for paint, and then this little one is for spot jobs. Now, one of the things that's a downside is you have to clean your paint gun every time you change color. And to give you an example, if I sprayed something black and I just rinsed it with lacquer thinner, sprayed a little bit through it, thought it was clean, then I put red paint in and went to paint something, well, halfway through the paint job, some black would spurt out and ruin the paint job. Now to clean the guns, you have to use special gloves because you have to use, I like to use Jasco paint remover, and that stuff is really caustic. It will turn your gloves into jelly, and if it gets on your skin, it will burn it within 3 seconds. So cleaning is a problem. Also here you can see there's a rebuild kit, and you pretty much have to tear the gun completely apart, change the O-rings, the nylon washers, plungers, springs. Anyway, it's not fun. So that's basically the downside. The plus side is you can paint huge parts. You can paint trucks. As long as the compressor can keep up, you can paint whatever you want. Okay, let's move on to rattle cans. Rattle cans, you're limited to about the size of 3 high or wide. There are different nozzles. You can see this is like one of the standard nozzles, not very good. That's not bad. This is a trigger nozzle, and this is my preferred nozzle. With this nozzle, that little white part, you can turn it to change the pattern from horizontal to vertical. There's also this product called Pravall that allows you to spray liquid paint. So that just aerosolizes it. And then if you're painting larger things and your finger gets tired, you can buy these attachments. Now, one other thing about the gravity feed guns, you almost have to be a chemist because depending on what you're painting, there are different additives, reducers, hardeners. So basically the conclusion is if you're just doing small parts, the easiest and cheapest, $5 to $10 a can. You can get the cans in lacquer, enamel, pretty much anything you want. That's the cheapest way to go if you're painting small parts. A compressor will set you back anywhere from $800 to $2,500, and you're going to also need an oil water separator that you want to mount higher than the tank on your compressor, because as the compressor works, it generates heat, which then takes water from the air and it flows back through the line. Oil, water, and paint do not mix. Anyway, that's about as short as I could make it. Aloha and stay safe.